Hello everyone. In this video we're going to quickly enable disk encryption. If you have not watched my previous video, in that video we did the same thing, but we used Azure CLI for enabling disk encryption. So ADE is what was not there, and with the CLI commands we enable the Azure disk encryption. So while doing that, we noticed that you can do the encryption from here as well, it looks like. Okay, so what we want to do, I don't have another disk, so I'm going to add a data disk here right now. So we do not have any managed disk, so I'm just going to create a disk name test encrypt disk. If I click on that one and source type, let's see, what is that? I'm not going to choose anything. Resource group is the right resource group. 1024, that's fine. Encryption type, encryption at rest with platform manuscript. So that's default, you cannot change that, so I'm going to use that one. And disk creation doesn't take very long. It will just, like, within few seconds, literally, you usually get the disk attached to your machine. So let's see what happens. So here you can, let's see, it's already done. So now what we have this disk, and if you look under encryption, yeah, there's nothing going on. Okay, so for this one, if I want to enable encryption, let's click on encryption here. This is a new thing that showed up, it was not like that. So let's click on the encryption. It's asking disk to encrypt OS and data disk. Okay, why not? And key none, and hit save. So this may be, a little bit easier right now because we already have key vault already set up for our encryption, and the key vault is configured that you can use this key vault for disk encryption. But what we noticed when we went to the disk, the data disk was not enabled for encryption. So this is going on. So this is a successfully updated disk encryption setting. So let's go back, and but this is still saying that this is not encrypted. Okay, so this is still, I am not satisfied as of right now. So let's refresh this page. Some of that just it needs a refresh. So now interesting, it's saying there is not even a data disk associated with it. Okay, that's very weird because we didn't do anything with the data disk. We said to create the data disk, disk, OS disk. That's very interesting. So let's try to create this data disk one more time. And so we created the disk, but we did not align the disk with this virtual machine. So I do that all the time. Okay, so let's just go to disks. So this is something that I'm pretty sure that you will also do. So here the test disk that we created, but you have to assign that disk with that virtual machine, and there is one place where you have to go to do that. Configuration, maybe. No, not configuration. Okay, just look at the encryption and see what we have. Right now it still says the encryption with at rest with platform manage is not saying anything crazy. Properties, so it's not giving anything over here. So let's go back to our virtual machine one more time, my VM, and disk, and we know that we created. So click, and the name from here, that's the disk that we created. So now we gotta save this configuration, and when we save, this disk should now be associated with this particular virtual machine. So now this is what is going on. So now it's now added. So now, okay, now it's still saying that I have only this much of encryption. I do not have the Azure disk level encryption. And that's what we were trying. So I'm going to try to click on the encryption one more time, and this is the key vault that we are using, and data disk must be mounted by the guest operating system before it can be encrypted. So we have already mounted this system, so let's try it out one more time. It says encryption in progress. So since we already have this enabled, it's doing its stuff, and it says successfully updated disk encryption setting. So go back and refresh the page one last time to see what happened. Yeah, I still don't see that it did anything. So I was hoping that we'll be able to do this, but I am actually not able to do the disk encryption. I could not enable the ADE, Azure Disk Encryption, using this portal. So don't lose hope. So we can still go in here and we can still run our command. Okay, so that command is, we're going to go after the encrypt, we're going to run the AZVM encryption again on that resource group on that VM using the same key vault, and see if that does the trick. Okay, somebody told me long time back that the disk encryption is not possible. ADE is not possible from the portal. I thought that this button right here would give us that option, but I'm having trouble. If you know how to do it, please, by all means, please comment and teach us how to do that. But what we have done so far, we have tried it out, but it seems like it didn't work for us for whatever reason. So we are trying out our CLI command, which we know it usually works, and we'll review that. I'm going to pause the video just for a second. It takes a couple of minutes to run this command, and we'll stop the video at that time. Okay, that command is now done. So let's go back to our virtual machine and let's refresh it one more time and see if that command works for both OS type disks and the data disk. And it still didn't work on the data disk. So what I'm thinking, it's possible that the command, the disk level encryption, for some reason is only working on the premium disk. The OS type disk and not on the data disk. That's very weird, but it seems it's going on that way. You have some information here. Managed disk created since June 2017 are encrypted at rest. We know that. SSC is enabled. We know that as well. You may also enable disk encryption. That's what we are trying to do, and we are having trouble. So let's read through this one more time. As you manage this, migrate. So this is not good. Not what I wanted. Alright, so what I'll have to do, I'll have to debug this some more and try out few other things to figure out how to really enable the disk encryption when we are adding a data disk, because I really want the AD to be enabled for everything. So let's look at the command that we ran one more time. So we just said enable encryption for everything, but it still didn't do the trick. Okay, so what I'll do a follow-up video. We'll figure out what is not working for us, and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, if you're watching the video and very dissatisfied that you didn't achieve the things that we tried to do, please, if you know the solution, please let me know, and we'll go from there. Thank you.